As the sun rose over the high snowy mountains surrounding the magical forest, a great excitement stirred by the lake at the heart of the woods. This was no ordinary day. Deep within the forest, nestled beside a sparkling lake, stood a magnificent tree house, a masterpiece of nature and magic. It was here, in their cozy home, that the princesses awoke. Princess Tuk, 5 years old, and her little sister Princess Yagmur, only 2, were the beloved rulers of all the creatures in this enchanted realm. Their sleep was sweet, but the day promised an adventure far grander than any dream. That very morning, a knock echoed at their door. It was their dear friend Bilbo, a cheerful hobbit who had traveled from his village beyond the forest. In his hands, he carried an ancient rolled parchment, its edges worn by time and its secrets sealed with red wax. With eyes wide with curiosity, the princesses welcomed him in. Bilbo spoke of a distant land called the Far Cold Country, a place beyond the great western sea. He told them that within a golden palace there, a mysterious mirror room was hidden, a chamber where each mirror served as a gateway to a different universe. The moment she heard this, Tuk's heart leaped with a thirst for discovery. She immediately began planning an expedition to uncover this incredible mystery. As princesses of the forest, they had many friends, and all were eager to help. Spreading a large map across a wooden table, she began to chart their course. Little Yagmur, standing on a stool beside her sister, looked on with wide, innocent eyes, ready for whatever came next. Tuk decided to call upon allies from every corner of their realm to join the quest. First, Tuk released her most loyal messenger, the magnificent yellow raven, into the sky. With a small rolled summons held gently in its beak, the golden bird soared high above the trees. It flew toward the highland plateau that lay just beyond the towering mountains, its shimmering feathers leaving a faint golden trail against the bright blue sky. Its mission was to find the 7 magical foals who lived there, horses born in the 7 vibrant colors of the rainbow, and bring them to the forest. On the beautiful highland plateau, amidst green grass and wildflowers, the 7 rainbow foals received the princess's message. Born from 2 horses who loved each other so deeply that their children were blessed with magic, each young foal carried 1 color of the rainbow in his shimmering mane: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Without a moment's hesitation, they answered the call, their hooves thundering as they began their gallop toward the magical forest, ready to serve their princesses. Meanwhile, back in the forest square by the lake, the magical white rabbit Alice was already busy packing supplies for the long journey. From her enchanted bag, which could hold far more than it appeared, she pulled an endless stream of items. Food, warm blankets, glowing lanterns, and strong ropes all floated magically around her before disappearing into the bag's mysterious depths. The princesses watched with excitement as Alice, ever practical and full of surprises, prepared them for the adventure ahead. Not far away, the mighty lion, noble and strong, took charge of all the heavy loads. He carefully loaded tents, chests, and large bags onto his broad, powerful back. Little Princess Yagmur, always eager to help, toddled over and handed him the smaller items. Her tiny hands could barely reach his great golden leg, but the lion accepted each offering with a gentle rumble of appreciation and the utmost dignity, his heart swelling with pride for the small brave princess. From the deepest, most ancient part of the forest came Treebeard, the wise old walking tree. His face was made of gnarled bark, his beard was woven from soft moss, and his arms were mighty branches. He towered over the princesses, his presence both ancient and comforting. He gave Tuk wise counsel about the mountain passes they would soon have to cross. He explained which paths were safe, where dangerous avalanches might threaten, and how to read the subtle signs of the wild to stay protected. With preparations nearly complete, the great caravan made its first stop at the eastern edge of the forest, at the cottage of Wizard Gandalf. The wise wizard, with his long gray beard and pointed hat, greeted them warmly. He understood the dangers of the journey ahead and gifted them a glowing crystal orb. This magical light, he explained, would illuminate their path through the darkest places and keep them from straying, ensuring their way was always clear. Next, they visited Radagast the Brown, a wizard whose heart was as wild and kind as the forest itself. In his overgrown cottage, surrounded by birds and small animals, he blessed the princesses with the protection of all forest creatures. Their journey continued to Tom Bombadil's colorful home by a stream, where the jolly ancient being gifted them with pieces of nature's own powerful magic. With blessings from the wisest beings in the land, the princesses were now truly ready. As they began their ascent into the high mountains, crossing treacherous, snowy passes, the great wolf family joined their cause. 2 majestic gray wolves and their 2 playful cubs guided the caravan through the deep snow. Their keen senses found safe passage through the howling blizzards and shifting ice. Took rode proudly on the red foal, while little Yagmur, wrapped in a warm cloak, giggled as she rode the violet foal, the wolf cubs trotting happily by her side. At last, after days of travel, they reached the shore of the great western sea. Here, the true magic of the Rainbow Falls was revealed. They galloped swiftly forward, their enchanted hooves carrying the princesses and their friends across the waves as if they were running on solid ground. Each foal left a shimmering trail of its unique color on the water's surface, painting a rainbow bridge across the sea. In the distance, the far cold country emerged from the mist. Before them rose the magnificent Golden Palace, its spires and domes gleaming against the icy landscape. But at its massive gates stood a fearsome guardian, an enormous dragon with scales of blue and silver. Its eyes were ancient and wise. Yet, when the dragon saw Princess Took's noble courage and little Yagmur's pure innocent heart, it bowed its great head in respect. Just as dragons of old had yielded to Bilbo's clever words, this one opened the way for the young princesses. In the highest chamber of the palace, at the very top of the tallest tower, the sisters finally discovered the mirror room. It was a grand, circular hall lined with ornate, floor-to-ceiling mirrors. Each mirror showed a different wondrous universe. In one, they saw their own beloved forest, safe and sound. In others, they saw the distant realms Bilbo had spoken of, the lonely mountain of Erebor, the beautiful elven haven of Rivendell, and countless other worlds beyond their wildest imagination. Standing in the center of the room, surrounded by infinite possibilities, Took and Yagmur reached out their hands. They gathered streams of magical golden white light from the mirrors, the very essence of these countless worlds. Cupping the light in their hands, they knew they had found a gift more precious than any jewel. With this wondrous light, they would return home, carrying the magic and wonder from universes far beyond their own. The journey home was swift and joyful, their hearts full of the wonders they had seen. The rainbow foals galloped back across the sea, their colorful trails marking their path. In the mountains, the wolf family bid them a fond farewell. Soon they were back within the warm, familiar embrace of their beloved magical forest, their grand adventure now a treasured memory. Back at Forest Square, a magnificent celebration awaited them. Took, using the magical star fruit she had gathered on their journey, prepared a grand cake for everyone. Little Yagmur helped with the decorations, her small hands carefully placing tiny flowers. The lion carried the finished cake to the lakeside with great care. All their friends gathered to celebrate. Bilbo puffed his pipe contentedly, Treebeard swayed his roots to the festive music, and the 7 foals danced together beneath a rainbow of their own making. As night fell and the stars began to twinkle, Wizard Gandalf raised his staff. Fireworks, the likes of which the forest had never seen before, exploded across the sky. They were so brilliant that even the distant snowy mountain peaks glowed with vibrant color. Dragons of light danced among shimmering stars, and brilliant flowers bloomed in the heavens above. It was a spectacle of pure joy and magic. In this universe, every path seemed to lead to the happiness of Princess Took and Princess Yagmur. On this night, sitting together on the lion's back and holding hands, they watched the fading fireworks, surrounded by every friend from every corner of their magical world. And in that moment of perfect peace, they knew they were exactly where they belonged.